Everyone, and a very warm welcome to you. I specifically welcome you to the month of December 2023. You see, at this point in the grant ecosystem, it has become very pertinent where we believe that the masses would like to know certain things. A lot of questions begging for answers. And today, we have a very revered personality, a UAAG representative talking about Pastor Obi Nwagbo, who is going to clear the air on some questions the masses have been asking. Sir, you're welcome to this program.
Thank you very much. Nigerians, greetings.
Can we meet you, sir?
My name is simple, Pastor Obi Nwagbo.
All right, sir. On listening to you on Telegram, especially during your meeting, one is bound to believe that the organization you represent, talking about UAAG, will be the first to disburse to Nigerians because it talked with so much affirmations. Please tell us what gives you this assurance.
Anyway, I have a very dangerous faith for me. And for a journey of 7.5 years, which I've been involved with, though I didn't promote any of those grants, I decided to join UAG because I discovered a lot of things. And with the discoveries I have at my disposal, the journey so far has not been easy. But with what we have inside our defined mission statement, which is the money or the truth, I can boldly assure you that Nigerians are good for a joy that will remain in our lifetime. And I always speak boldly because I delve into the grand community so much and we discovered a lot of things. And I delve into UAG involvement in this grant, and we know that what UAG is pursuing is beyond human comprehension. And based on that, I can tell Nigerians that what gives me the boldness is simple. There is money.
About being beyond human imagination, what do you mean exactly?
Grant in Nigeria is 98% and 2%, 98% spiritual and 2% physical. Everything happening in Grand Nigeria is all about mysteries. And that's why the country director of UAG said he is the only country director that was chosen without him knowing. That's a mystery. Or isn't it? He is the only country director appointed without him knowing. That's a mystery. Now, when you look at how think tank came in, the defunct think tank anyway, and I became the chairman, you also find out that we came in at a very good time that the AGPGN has struggled to a certain level and opened up to Nigerians what they discovered. And we feel like we should come in and comprehend them. And that was what brought, I will always say this anywhere, anytime, AGPGN, they've done a lot and they continue doing a lot. And I want to tell you that everything that we are doing in this pursuit of grant community ecosystem, 98% of them are all mysteries. And that makes it spiritual.
All right, sir. At the feet of most accomplishment in this grant community ecosystem, many allege and criticize that there will never be any disbursement. And we know that the UAAG is not opposed to dissenting voices, knowing full well they have also changed the order of dictatorship and other disorders. Going forward, what do those voices seek to achieve?
Well, I can't blame anybody that without disbursement, because a 7.5 years old child is no longer a child. So most people that have stayed in this grand community ecosystem, remember we started with grand community, later to Grand Colony, and we came on board and said, no, let's change it to Grand Community Ecosystem. And when you look at it, we started by changing the orientation. So if you have some set of people that doesn't believe that there will be disbursement, believe you me, I won't blame them, because we've overstayed in this mountain. And that's why we came and said, let's change it to Grand Community Ecosystem so that we can galvanize everyone into one umbrella to be able to discover if there is money and be able to discover if what they are telling us is truth. So whether you like it or not, you cannot disapprove that some people are already doubting, and they are entitled to that. But then, I think they should have a dangerous faith like me.
All right, sir, permit me to take your mind back to this laudable achievement, talking about the verification exercise. How was the management of UAAG able to navigate through verifying over 7,000 NGOs that were shortlisted?
It's not a science rocket. It's not a rocket science. It's not. It's very simple. Administration and putting up a workforce, training and focus and commitment, and most importantly, sincerity. You know, this is the only organization that has been very sincere, very transparent in grant community since inception of grant in Nigeria. Mention them. No grant organization has ever come close to what UAG we've achieved. Though we receive a lot of criticism, but
That's
then
exactly what I wanted to say, because a lot of persons are still saying that the UAAG is not living up to expectation.
well, the expectation they are talking about is actually the cocoa. Everybody is expecting the money. I am expecting the money. Even you're also expecting the money.
Right.
Cameramen are expecting the money. Everybody is expecting the money. So if that money has not dropped, you can't convince some set of people. That's the truth. Be inclusive. So when you talk about the verification, we achieved a lot in the verification because we took time to plan it. Above all, we made everybody to know that there is no tribe or tongue. It is all about what? Teamwork. And that's how we achieve the verification. Nobody can say, I put more, I put less. But it's purely teamwork. And that's what grant ecosystem has come to do. And we will do more.
All right, so thank you very much. In your last interview during the verification exercise, when you were asked about the possibility of UAAG disbursing in November, your response was, and I quote, I don't think they will disburse. I know so. And today is 1st of December 2023. No disbursement yet. What actually changed?
Nothing changed. When I said, I don't think so, I know so, I can still vividly tell Nigerians that I know so. We are men under authority and we work with projection. And let me say this. UAG is not an individual organization like Tony Lumelu, like General T.Y. Danjuba's foundation and all that. These are personal organization, non-governmental organization. But UAG is a bigger organization that is not dealing with one section of Nigerians. So we are people under authority. And this authority, sometimes when we mention it, some people get confused. We are under authority of the government of the day. Nigeria is a sovereign country, and hence it is a sovereign country. We are dealing with the government. This very grant is not in Apostle Dr. Ambassador Ken Nwaka's purse. It's not his money. So we projected based on the projection the authority gave to us. We did. And today is 1st of December. Okay, I must say I am so sorry to Nigerians, but it is not deliberate, it is not intentional. It's just that we are dealing with projection. And as we have another projection in our front. And that's why I said this time requires a dangerous faith for us to cross the Red Sea. If you remember, I quoted today, I sent out something today, and I said, a dangerous faith breaks protocol. This has never happened in Nigeria before. And it will take only dangerous faith to bring it to fruition. And that's exactly what we're doing. And we're not leaving any stone unturned. There will be disbursement.
All right, sir, you're always talking about being under authority. And some time ago, we know that the UFS was one of the organizations you mentioned. Can you expatiate on the relationship existing between the UAS, talking about United African States, and then UAAG? We understand that there was a grant to disburse from them in conjunction with UAAG. How true is this?
You know, I will still come back to issue of 98 spiritual and 2% physical, because personally, and with my team and the UAAG as a team, we are discovering a lot more as we are deeping into this. And you cannot take away UAS in connection to this whole thing. A lot of people asked me, is it that other grants before now that they are just fake? And I told them from our discovery, all the grants you've been hearing is this same money that they are pursuing. But they've not been able to pin down who is in charge, who brought this, who are the frontiers. So for us in UAAG, we are seeing UAS as the pioneer frontiers of this very grant. And we are still digging deep about it. That's a connection. And then when you talk about UAAG, UAAG is an organization of its own. I'm not a member of UAS, but there is a connection. And we're still looking at that connection. We're still looking at whatever that will happen. There is a connection to this grant that concern UAS. And that's why we are looking at issues from a broadened aspect of it so that nobody will be exempted into it. Hence, the sky is too big for two birds to collide.
Now, talking about the UAAG being the first to disburse, in the face of some perceived notions on deception, extortion, misconceptions, insinuations in the grant community ecosystem, and also when you consider that in the last 7 years, like you rightly said, no
Yes.
grant has been disbursed. Sir, I would like you to tell us what gives the UAAG an edge over all other grants in Nigeria.
We are transparent. We are sincere. We are honest. If nobody wants to give us thumb up, give us thumb up that this is the first of its kind where all the CEOs can hear from a grant handler or a grant facilitator. So when you look at the achievement, yes, the money may not have dropped. Absolutely, yes. But when you look at our programs, the days of dictatorship, we nullified it. The days of a grant handler doing things on his own without nobody can be able to assess him is over. The man, Apostle Dr. Ambassador Ken Wakama, talks to Nigerian time to time. Other organs, like the official spokesman of UAGOCG, talks to Nigerian time to time. My very humble self, I talk to Nigerian time to time. So we are transparent to a fault, possibly. That is why so many people brings a lot of insults and all that, which I don't want to bring in. Leadership is not bread and butter anyway. But when you look at our organogram, it is human personified.
Thank you very much, sir. Talking about Apostle Ambassador Ken Wakama, the country director, I understand that he is solely responsible for the delay of this disbursement. Why should he do that?
Can somebody delay what he will profit from? It's absolutely no. You know, there is poverty in the land. That is why people buy from such, I don't know, I don't like being rude. But honestly speaking, that claim or allegation is badadash. Someone that will profit, if you ask me, he will profit more. Am I correct? So why must he delay what he will profit more?
You know why I asked this question, sir? Because news going around on social media has it that he was invited on Monday. Now that is the 20th.
Which of the Monday?
Talking about the 27th of November 2023 to do the needful.
Who invited him?
Blatantly refused to carry out the needful.
Who invited him?
That's what the news going round.
They should be able to say, this person, XYZ invited him. And again, where did they invite him to? Again, doing the needful. What is the needful? Disbursement. Can you disburse what you don't have in your account? Can you?
Are you saying that he doesn't have this money in his account?
It's not his money.
So why then did we understand that they placed a lien on his account some time ago?
Because the so-called haters want to rubbish a man with grace. And when you want to disgrace a man with grace, you carry disgrace. And to Nigerians, I need to tell you this, all the account has been unfreezed. There's no way the government of the day or the agencies will find such humongous amount they are calling and they will just unfreeze the account. No. Okay, let me even bring you to this. They even allege that Pastor Nwagbo, I also have over 100 million in my account. Let us do a little mathematics here. 100,000 naira into 1,000 naira. You know how much it is. Into 10,000. You know how much it is. For you to have 5 billion, you mean you're talking about 50,000 CEO paying the 100,000. Are we 50,000? Now, talking about Pastor Nwagbo, you know, a lot of people simply cannot be able to decipher who Pastor Nwagbo is. That's the truth. I'm a generous man. I've been a humanitarian since 2004. My NGO, senior all these NGO that are paramedical, all this accidental, whatever. That is the truth. So I've been a humanitarian. I've been giving grants to people. If you give 50,000 naira free, is it not a grant? I've been giving grant myself. You know, and let me say this. I want to beg Nigerians, please. Possibly there is an account that I may have registered in a bank that I've forgotten. So if there is money there that is up to 20 million, please, they should screenshot such account and give it to me. I'm willing to share with anybody that can give me such secret.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Also recently, there is a viral voice note by one Mr. Rio alleging that the disbursement template is ready. And consequent upon this, a memorandum of understanding, sorry, not association, a memorandum of understanding has been given to some selected persons, especially those ones residing in Abuja. Please would like it to enlighten us on that.
Honestly speaking, I wish this young man will respect himself and just sit down before he disgraces himself. You know, Admiral chatted me sometime in April this year, and he told me everything about Nwagbo, how he got involved, how he was deceived, how he was cheated, and all the rest of them. And I advised this young man. I said, this is Pastor Nwagbo. I don't drag people on social media, offline or online. I like to solve the problem. I brought him in. I was willing to work with him. He's a very talented young man, okay? And we're working. When I now discovered that he was working with some kind of person and was seeking vendetta, maybe against Nwagbo or whosoever, or against the country director of UAG. I can't. So I stopped. But I kept advising him. And at time, I stopped. And he will see this and he can attest to that. Admin Rio's problem is that Admin Rio is angry. He had some deals with whosoever, and those deals are not coming forth. Secondly, Admin Rio registered a lot of NGOs.
How did you know that?
UAG is an organization built under a strong foundation with managerial skills. With just your phone number, we can discover all your NGOs. A lot of people are neglecting the app.
Let me ask you, was there no possibility of him using other phone numbers to register?
Each of those phone numbers, there is a name attached to it. There's also a code attached to it, unknown to Nigerians. So, if you're thinking that you have 10 NGOs and we can discover, we will discover it. But let me say this. Admin Rio is calling for war that he is not capable of. That's the truth. It's either he's a junior brother, because I listened to one of his voice notes where he was abusing, cursing, and challenging the country director of UAG, a destiny helper who wants to give you money. I want people to look at it. And he was claiming that they are demanding for their right, their money. Look at it very well. It is our money.
Because it belongs to all Nigerians.
You know, how can you say it is your money? It is just an opportunity. It's a privilege. It is not a right. It's a privilege. It's not a right. And this young man has kept one small platform, 4,800. And for the last time, for the record purposes, Admin Rio should understand that civility is civilization. Common sense is not common after all. Spooning out words without a concrete evidence can throw you inside Kuje prison. Words are powerful. And I believe maybe if he doesn't have a brother or sister, he should have parents or neighbors. There is still time for him. But Admin Rio should know that he has indicted the government. He said in his voice note conversation that Apostle Ken is using juju to hold the government and hold the CEOs. That juju, he will be the one to spoil it. He forgot that he's on a social media. He don't even know where that conversation has reached. That's a poor managerial skill. That's a poor challenge. Perhaps he said that Apostle Ken cannot father him. But Apostle Ken senior you. It is not about age. Age is just a number. But it's about what? Common sense. My question to Admin Rio is, who is he working for? Who is beating the drum that is dancing? Will the person come out when this drum of war is beating starts? Or has he not seen in the past 2 weeks how the mighties are falling? A man that his time has come. If you knock him on his head, you knock him into favor. If you hit him on the back, you hit him into his favor. If you spit on him, you spit him into his favor. If you tell him waka, you waka him into his favor. So whatever you think you're doing, you find out that it is to his favor. I am a man that believes in uniting people, solving problems, taking the flashpoint and red flag, put them together, decipher it, and say this is the solution, and we go for it. I think he still have a window. But he should know that we've discovered his 4 NGOs. Inside that 4 NGOs, he collected 1,000 naira, 1,000 to pay 1 million. I wonder where he's getting such money. That is not fraud. That is not scamming. He call it pays. And he's there. You know, there's an ant called locust. An Igbo had said, when locust is roasting inside the fire, when you ask the locust, he said, it is my oil that is dropping on the fire without knowing that is actually roasting completely to go. And the Minrio should be advised, and to the followers, I wonder what you're believing. I leave your belief to you. That's all I will say about Admiral.
Thank you so very much. So we heard about the chat room interview anchored by Mr. Wood of AGPGN. And from all indications, it appears there is a reconciliation plan. Tell us, is UAAG in support of this reconciliation? If not, why?
First, let me commend AGPGN and especially Ustaz Dawood. That is what is called intelligentsia. It's a move that is very good. But you know, this person can talk, is when the person you're talking to decided to cooperate with you. For us in UAG, we keep saying it that we will extend the olive branch to everyone who love peace. For blessed are the peacemaker. And we want to be blessed. Personally, I want to be blessed. Personally, I want to leave a legacy in grand community. Why we call it short? Okay? Any masquerade that continues to stand in the public, one day, the children will ask the masquerade, what is your name? So I wouldn't want to be part of such masquerade. So I want to let you know that we are supporting any peace reconciliation. As a matter of fact, there are some personalities that are being put in place to pursue the overall reconciliation so that grand community will be in one.
Very wonderful and commendable. Thank you so very much, sir. Now, very quickly before we round it off, sir,
Yes.
there is also a speculation that this grant will be split amongst the stakeholders. We're talking about stakeholders here, stakeholders there. Who really are the stakeholders in UAE?
I really don't know who is a stakeholder more than the CEOs we are seeing, which I am among the stakeholders.
Outside the UAE, are there other stakeholders, sir?
Honestly speaking, I can't see any stakeholder. Even UAG as an organization is not stakeholder. The partners are. I have maintained that. So when, I think it's also coming from this young man called Admirio, that the money will be splitted among the stakeholders. But let me rewind back. This same man that said that 25th of August, this same grant he's commanding that must be disbursed on Friday. Is today not Friday? Today is Friday. Has he gotten the disbursement? The answer is no. Okay? This same man that said the so-called grant will expire on August 25th. And August 25th has come and gone. And he's still pursuing the same grant that has. Now, this same man is saying there are other stakeholders. He know their name. I don't know their name. But the good thing is that he said that UAG is number one. This same UAG is the same UAG that you are doing everything humanly possible to paint blue and black. And you're expecting largesse from this same UAG, claiming it's your money. I wonder what kind of common sense that is that. So I don't know the stakeholders that the money will be splitted. I know the stakeholder that the money will be disbursed to. And those stakeholders are the CEOs. That's it.
Thank you so very much for this wonderful revelation, sir. Permit me to ask this last question. At the moment, the masses are really eager and expectant to access their disbursements, especially when you consider, like we said earlier, that this is December. How feasible is this disbursement this December?
I have a dangerous faith. I'm not expecting December, even when we have entered the month of December. I'm expecting any moment from now that there should be joy, both in the camp of the against and for. Yes, because this grant for me is a blessing to the entire Nigerians. And if it is possible for me personally, which I know the CD also buys the same thing, for all Nigerians to get this grant, if it is possible, honestly speaking, it will gladden my heart. But let me say this. Everything we have said is a projection that we are getting from the powers that be. That's the truth. Now, I wouldn't know because I want to bring in Admiral into this again. He was saying if the grant is not disbursed today, being Friday, the 1st of December, that by Monday, they are going to start what? Protest. Congratulations. Possibly, the protest may bring the disbursement faster. But let me say this to Nigerians. Any moment that the country director receive these funds inside the NGO, the designated NGO to disburse this money, that very minute, disbursement will commence. But for now, he cannot disburse what he doesn't have. So Nigerians should understand it. Somebody inboxed me today and said, how can I send this kind of test today being first? What is the test? I only said the gospel truth. You cannot disburse what you don't have inside. Maybe with this interview, people will say, oh, so it is true that Apostle Ken doesn't have money. I will maintain Apostle Ken doesn't have money. Apostle Ken doesn't have money to give you. The money Apostle Ken will give you is a grant that will be given to him to disburse to Nigeria. He is just a servant. And those that feel that they should go for protest, if you invite me, I will join you. Congratulations.
Why would you do that?
Eh?
Why would you do that?
Maybe that is the best option for them. But I will also tell them, make sure you obtain police permission, FRIC, and the relevant authorities, so that you don't go where you want to jump out and you fall in. And Nigerians, don't use your hand and spoil the soup you have cooked. That's the truth. Anybody can look at it. I heard where the same young man was ranting and saying that enough is enough. Mr. President should listen to us. The same Mr. President you said that Apostle Ken is holding with Juju. I don't know.
All right. Thank you so very much, sir. Before we wrap up, I'd like you to just send a message to Nigerians.
Nigerians, the man Apostle Ambassador Ken Wakama is going through a lot because of you. I can tell you that. He's going through a lot. But then, yesterday I begged him, I said, is there any way I can tap from your gentility? That's a man that you slap, he'll be looking at you. You hit him, he'll be looking at you. You knock him, he'll be looking at you. Yet, he's the one holding the knife and the yam that Nigerians are looking for. Nigerians, pray for him. He wants to disburse his money now, and he will disburse it to you. Pray for him. Everything is set. But if you are praying for propaganda, if you're praying for fallacy, you may be delaying this. Like somebody saying the template is ready. Are you the one that made it ready? Somebody saying some few are selected to sign MOU. Where? How? MOU be signed online. They should give evidence to all this. Nigerians, stop listening to people like Admin Rio. If you're still in Admin Rio propaganda and fallacy, not only you did that lane. Grand community have gone out of that level. What we are waiting for is just what? Disbursement. Expect it. But increase your faith to be very dangerous so that we can stop every unstoppable. No hand, no mouth can stop this blessing to reach each family, no matter the time. That's my message to Nigerians. And once again, I want to say compliment of the season.
Thank you so very much, Pastor Obi Nwagbo. It's been really insightful, exciting talking with you this evening. I understand that with what you've said so far, Nigerians have heard and they have learned. Thank you very much. And this is where we wrap it up for today. Expect disbursements to Nigerians. Thank you and God bless you. And do have a wonderful December.
Thank you and God bless you.